painting with any of these things, so delightful. Let's just tap into that for a second. How much fun could you have painting a canvas of delightful images all over your lover's body, painting things like I love you all over their boobs, and painting things like your sexy butt on their bum, or flowers and hearts and unicorns, whatever turns you on. You know, if you're into gore, maybe skeletons and skulls, whatever floats your boat. So you can have a lot of fun, and it's not always penetration related. What? The play kit doesn't always mean penetration. This is about play and playing with your partner. So you don't have to be serious. Sex does not have to be the most serious action you've ever had in your life. And sex doesn't mean penetration. It just doesn't. It's a very big umbrella of what sex is. So you can absolutely have penetration included in that. It's not the end all be all. You can be an incredibly sexual person and you may not have ever even had sex, but you've done everything else under the sun, but penetration was never your thing. You might have been tied up, had burning oils poured on you. You might have had every kink under the sun, and you may have never had penetration. So that is incredibly sexual, what the experience of the person who's had everything under the sun except penetration could be having. So it's not what validates sex. So when we're adding for the play kit, this is really about play. And everything under our play kit is about having more pleasure. And pleasure comes from evoking and arousing our senses. So, not just our normal 5, but we're going to just talk about the 5 today. So how do we arouse those senses? We bring in things that delight our body and that will get us excited. So I know we've talked about this many times before, the difference between sexual arousers and sexual inhibitors. And you want to make sure everything that you're bringing to the table is a sexual arouser for that day, and it can change, right? So we've got our jars. Let's recap. We've got our kit. Could be a box. It could just be a theory of a box. Just theoretical kit, and you can have in it actual jars or metaphorical jars. So in the actual jars, I like mason jars, they're my favorite. You can have inside one of the jars locations that you and your partners have agreed on. In your other kit, you can have all accessories, things like nipple clamps, lingerie, rope, all of the things you could wear, blindfold, you name it. So that could go in another kit. Accessories. You could even add specifically some other toys to that too. Like you have another jar with other toys as well. You could have like all your impact toys, like your whips. You could have other toys like your penetration toys, like dildos and other things. You could have vibrators in there too. So you can imagine if you have a pleasure kit and you have access to all of these things, because a lot of these things you may already have in your home. You just have to gather them up. Most of your kit can be theoretical if you don't have it, and they can be things that when you pull things out of your kit and you don't have it and you'd like to try it, then by all means go get those things and have them available and ready. So the theoretical kit with all the ideas is an amazing way to start, because you can have so many combinations.